All right, let's move to London now and see how Hong Kong Stock Exchange's buy offer for London Stock Exchange is being taken there. Let's talk to Juliana. Good afternoon, Juliana.
Good afternoon, Chimeze.
So Hong Kong Stock Exchange has offered to buy London Stock Exchange for about $36.6 billion. That's about 29.6 billion pounds. Do market players in London see this deal sailing through?
Well, it's definitely promising. Some city analysts are saying it's a dream come true. There were rumours for a couple of days, and the LSE have this afternoon announced and confirmed a quote, and I will quote, that Hong Kong has offered an unsolicited, preliminary and highly conditional proposal to acquire the group. And that's quite a particular choice of adjectives that the LSE have used. So seemingly they're not too pleased about it. But it is an offer that some would say is too good to be true. Analysts have been brewing over this. And although it would be kind of a perfect merge between the East and the West and those finances, some say that this kind of merger or a takeover bid would raise more questions than it would answers. Although some people are happy, there is still a very long way to go, and the LSE have said that they will be releasing a statement once they've mulled over all of the terms and conditions.
All right, and how has this news moved the markets, particularly the shares of the LSE group?
Well, the LSE's shares rose 7% as soon as that statement was announced. So it seems as if the market would be interested in that kind of takeover. But let's look specifically at the numbers. At intraday, the FTSE All-Share is up by 0.99%. The FTSE 100 is up by 0.94%. And the FTSE 250 is up by 1.4%. In currencies, the British pound is down on the US dollar by 0.01%, up on the euro by 0.32%, and up on the Japanese yen by 0.15% at the moment.
We have a number of companies on the radar: Sports Direct, WeWork, Zara, New Look, and so on. Which of these is moving the London market today, and why?
Well, Mike Ashley, he's the embattled chairperson of Sports Direct International, that clothing brand, a sports clothing brand that kind of do discount prices. They're having an AGM meeting today, and there are calls for his resignation. I think shareholders really and his advisory board have had enough. He has been described over the past 12 months of going into a kind of ludicrous shopping spree, which has included buying House of Fraser. Now, House of Fraser is one of those terrible stories of the British High Street, and they were looking to go under until last August. Mike Ashley put in a bid, and he has purchased them. But this purchase has come back to bite him, as just recently Belgian authorities have slapped House of Fraser with over a €600 million tax bill. So things are not looking good for him. But there is some positive news about clothing. Inditex, they're the Spanish clothing group who own Zara, and they are in the news today because they have released their half-year sales figures, and their profits have increased by about 7%. The Spanish group have put it down to good weather, but then also, Chimmy, they said a black and white polka dot dress, which is completely sold out on the high street. It's very popular, so popular it actually has its own Instagram account, has really helped with their increase. So some good stories from the retail, but then not a good day for Mike Ashley.
Interesting. Anyway, tomorrow the ECB will be giving its rate decision, so let's keep an eye on that. Thank you, Juliana.
Thank you, Chimmy.
And in Asia, shares were mixed today as investors awaited the European Central Bank's interest rate decision later in the week. Mainland Chinese shares were low on the day, with the Shenzhen Composite down 1.12%. The Shanghai Composite slipped 0.41%. Meanwhile, Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index rose 1.51%. Elsewhere in Japan, the Nikkei 225 rose 0.96%, while the Topix Index gained 1.65%. South Korea's Kospi closed 0.84% higher. Over in Australia, the ASX 200 advanced 0.36% to end its trading day. in the U.S. stocks were set to open slightly higher today at around 4:10 a.m. Eastern Time. Dow futures rose about 59 points, indicating a positive open of more than 35 points, while futures on the S&P and Nasdaq were just marginal there, though tilting downwards. U.S. stocks ended Tuesday little changed amid a fall in tech shares ahead of Wednesday's session. The focus is on trade relations between China and the U.S. Beijing released a tariff exemptions list for products from the U.S. on Wednesday morning. Investors will be looking ahead to new PPI data due at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time and wholesale trade figures out at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. On the earnings front, Aurora Cannabis and Tailored Brands are due to report. All right, let's take a break, and then when we come back, we'll look at how Naspers shares is doing in Amsterdam, as well as other stories. Do stay with us.